goalie pass to go with it. Now your youngest wants to learn an instrument. Of course, they're looking for harmonic. Then it's how you get out of the house. Get a personal loan from Marcus by Goldman Sachs. It's interest rate and no fees ever. Learn more at Marius.com.
BMW and you're at BMW from BMW of Springfield, part of the Celebrity Motorcar Group. Or if you're assurance, you'll receive exclusive rate compensation like
And the value you expect is to follow the star in Springfield.
Right after Football Sunday, tomorrow, with Mark Malusis and David Beal, live from Red's Restaurant, across from MetLife Stadium. It's Giants game day at 11:30, followed by the Giants and Red Teams. Los Angeles for the Rams and Green Bay Packers.
How's that car got to be next to
Sports Radio 1019 Sports Radio 66, WFAN and WFAN FM, New York, a radio.com station.
I'm Dave Uran. Supports brought to you by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Dodgers infielder Max Muncy, an 18th inning walk-off home run to win Game 3 of the World Series, 3-2 over the Red Sox. It was an absolute game. Muncy doing so off of Nate Evaldi.
This is one of those games that whoever came out on top is going to have a lot of momentum going into tomorrow.
18 innings, 7 hours, 20 minutes, the longest World Series contest in history. Boston leads the series 2-1. The top local baseball story is Mets GM search said to be zoned in on super agent Brody Van Wagenen, who's the rest of Jacob DeGrom, Yoenis Cespedes, and Noah Syndergaard. The Knicks got a front row seat to the Kevin Durant show for 25 and KD's 41 points game in the fourth quarter. David Fizdale's squad outscored 47-16 in the final frame. A 128-100 loss to the Warriors.
And my biggest thing with that was feel like that I felt like we were just happy to be in it, you know, because we just, for whatever reason right now, we just don't see ourselves as a team that should be competing. And I'm trying to get that belief into them.
Golden State heads to Brooklyn tomorrow to face the Nets, who are waking up this morning after imploding in New Orleans. 7-point lead over the Pelicans went poof in the last 2 minutes. A 117-115 loss, and included big man Ed Davis getting attacked with 2 seconds left, shoving Solomon Hill, who got close to the Nets huddle during the timeout.
It was a dumb play by me. You know, putting this team in that position. But I mean, he was certified clown for the flop. But, you know, I understand the clown. And that's what happened, you know. I don't think it should have been a fair play, you know. I put it in the rest hands, and, you know, they made that call, and, you know, the clown wanted out.
I'm sorry. Did I ripped him earlier for pushing him? It wasn't wrong. It just so happened. He got close. Well, Solomon Hill, for some reason, getting him in that huddle, that Davis looks like a bouncer, saying, get out of the club, you don't go out. But I was thinking that you tell the referee, hey, this guy's snooping in on a huddle. I'm like, who gets the call? And then you go to the line, three down, was it? It was one. So you're out of the game. I agree with you. I think that Ed was acting emotional because you're right. He probably should have paddled. Yeah. And said, Mr. Official, Mr. Official. But I love that he's not in turn. Yeah, I like that. Ed's been a good Met, by the way. He's been a really good pickoff. Ed Davis off the glass. Yeah, great. Yeah. Well, getting a result in the win last night. Sorry, Evan. Thanks. Devils host the Kansas City on the Devils Hockey Network and Radio.com. Islanders the Flyers 1 o'clock on the Islanders Hockey Network and Radio.com. Kids Helping Kids celebrates its 21st year of community service on December 6th at Ahuka Castle. To support 16-year-old Christopher Jopley, visit nyautogiant.com for further info. 46 degrees, rain, wind in Central Park with the capital. Dave, you're on the 2024 in WFAN. Sports Radio 101.9 FM and Sports Radio 66 to 56 stations for New York Sports. Listen to us anytime, anywhere. Just download the Radio.com app. Here on a wonderful Saturday, they say nor'easter. Here's what I see. I see a lot of rain. I see a lot of cloudiness. And it's kind of windy. That's what I see on this Saturday. So take it easy. Stay off the roads if you can. And just chill. Just chill. That's it. So you can chill with us for one. After that, you got Jody Mack and Gary Myers you can chill with. And then you got Chris Moore after that. Did I just nail the entire schedule off? I think I did, well, not the entire schedule, but at least a portion of the day. Jody and Gary, Chris Moore. What the, I don't know what's even on that lead. What's after that, Hoff? Let's go all the way with this bad boy.
Rick Monaco, I believe, at 9.
Very nice. Well, Chris, that's fine. Even though we can't agree on fantasy football, we're very close on those.
It is a very wet and cold morning in Kingston, New York. But the show must go on. This is the 2018 Kingston, New York Road Meet. I am your host, Roadway Wiz. It's good to have you guys with us today. You all good?
I am good.
All right. Do you know where we're going?
Where we're going, roads? Okay, no, yes, I do know where we're going.
We're heading for the abandoned tunnel first? Is
Yeah.
that the idea?
I did not know there was a abandoned tunnel until this week.
Yeah.
And you know how many times I've been through Kingston over the years.
Right, yeah.
Probably the same for you as well.
Yep. Had no idea that we had an abandoned rail tunnel. I've always known that we had a century-old suspension bridge here, but
Yeah. Basically, he wants you to go on essentially make a U-turn back onto Washington.
Yeah, he wants us to go that way.
Yeah.
Even though it would be a lot quicker to go that way.
Yeah. Maybe he wants to show everything off, because I guess he is to show the basically go through the stockade district and what have you.
Okay.
I think that was his reasoning.
Well, there's an Oops US 32 sign that they put up for a detour.
Yeah.
So we'll be seeing that.
Yeah, it would have. Yeah, if it would have definitely been faster going through 587, but that's.
So we're gonna end up at that intersection, aren't we?
Yeah.
Hi, Josh.
And that is something I have not seen before.
Yeah, this bad boy right here, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of tunnels, it was actually probably about 5 or 6 years ago. Steve, John Krakoff and I visited a abandoned railroad tunnel down in Delaware County during the dead of winter.
Yeah.
That was actually really cool. It's basically, basically the one you basically had to go through. It was ice at the other end. It was nice and dry in the tunnel, but at the other end it was actually basically ice basically closed up the other end, and it looks really cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Actually looked very fun. I look back very fondly at that. So.
How long ago was that?
2013, I believe. I was just browsing things one night, mentioned to Steve, and it's like, we're doing this now. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I was going to wait until it was warmer out, but okay.
This is the beautiful city of Kingston.
Yes. New York State's first capital.
The people of Fishkill might have a bit of an argument to put up with you on that one. Because, so New York gets invaded by the British, and the New York State government has to flee. So they flee northward, and for a brief period in the spring of 1777, they actually settled in Fishkill. Now, they never held any government, associated business there.
And that might be why.
That's probably why they don't acknowledge it. But the government was housed in Fishkill for a short amount of time before they decided on settling in Kingston.
Right, and I think is basically they wound up settling in Albany because I think they were actually going between Poughkeepsie, Kingston, and Albany.
Mm-hmm.
And Albany was basically the last place, like, oh, we'll go here.
Oh, it was the furthest away from the British, too, wasn't it?
Well, I think it was a little bit later on. I'll have to,
Was that after? That was after the war, I guess.
It was, yeah.
Right.
That is something I haven't noticed either.
Oh, that's
But it's Kingston. I'll be back.
yeah. Yeah. That's got to be an original shield, right?
Yeah, I know the one that's been on 9W for all those years. That one was something I probably have seen before, but never noticed it. This was actually the shortest I've had to drive to a meet in quite a while.
Yeah. Were you at that whatever that meet was that was in the Adirondacks?
No, I had
George or something.
Oh my God, Glens Falls. No, I actually had a family thing to do that weekend. And my Uncle Andy and Aunt Margaret, who are actually not my aunt and uncle, they're actually Aunt Margaret's my mother's cousin. So another one. Did not realize that either. They actually were moving off of Long Island finally, and now they're splitting time between Oregon and Florida.
Everybody's moving out to Oregon, huh?
Well, my mom's side of the family's from Oregon, so.
Oh, are they originally?
Yeah, my grandmother was born there, just outside Salem.
We're supposed to go, right?
Yep. Basically to that sign. Met my grandfather, basically while he was stationed out there. And then they moved to New York after the war.
Oh, okay.
As I told you, I think I was telling you this, my grandfather who lived in Germany until 1935.
Yeah, okay.
And escaped while he could.
Yeah. He definitely got out of Dodge.
Yeah, since now we've passed Josh.
We passed him?
Yeah, we did. Basically, there was a
We were supposed to stop at the...
where he was stopped. Yeah.
Oh.
But basically, just continue on Broadway.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna make up our own meat itinerary today, I think.
Yeah.
Let's just do whatever the hell we want, you know?
Well, I think with it, it's a smaller group, so I think there's a little bit more room for fluctuation. Which is which is fine. There's lots of meets where there's like 20 people. This only has 8, so
Yeah.
the weather scared away some people. So
Right. I think Glub was supposed to come up.
yeah, Adam Froelich was going to head down.
Mm.
He actually asked if he could use my guest room tonight. And I got a message after I was done with my curling game last night that he had some things to do at home, and because of the weather, he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna hang out at home. That's fair.
That's curling season now.
Yeah,
Cool.
up until the end of March.
All right.
Taking slight left onto Delaware Avenue.
Is that this here?
No. Basically, it says a sign pointing to 9W is at the intersection, and Rondout Savings Bank is on the left. Wasn't for this rain, it would have been a very picturesque weekend.
This would have been a great weekend.
Yeah, I was actually until yesterday. I was just gonna go, until it basically was settled that basically it was gonna be raining all day.
Yeah.
I was actually gonna go hiking and meet up with everyone for dinner. So.
Okay. Oh, that's why you came here instead.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I could have fitted in very well with the hike. So. Make a slight left here.
Right here?
Yep. And then from there, just turn right at the stop sign and immediately turn left into the municipal parking lot.
Okay. So turn right here?
Turn right here.
Okay.
And then basically it says turn left here.
Is that this?
Yep.
Oh, it says municipal parking lot. Okay. It's a bunch of signs here, too.
Yes.
Man, there's a pee station.
Yes, a honey bucket. As they call it out.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Oh, there's Josh. I'm going to run into the PP station.
That might be comical.
Alrighty. Okay. It's our first stop. Where'd you guys stop? I totally missed that.
What?
Where did you guys stop somewhere?
Yeah, Yeah, the
shield. Totally missed that part. We are at a parking lot with a bunch of signs and construction equipment. If you guys have questions or comments as we go throughout the day, I will do my best to keep up with them. Actually, you know what? In our next segment, I'll introduce you to our guest driver today, or guest passenger. It'll be his first time in the hot seat too, so we'll introduce you to him and to the rest of the cast of thousands as we go throughout the day today. Hey, you can go down in there, right? This is an entrance to an old railroad tunnel as we head down the embankment here. I'm sure Steve will go in the tunnel.
Yeah, he will.
Okay. So we can go this way. Here's your old railroad bridge. Boo!
So yeah, like
It's US 9W as we look south. Why are you so angry? Why are you not smiling? Uh-huh. Oh, hey, a wild Connor appeared.
Yes.
Awesome.
Wild Connor appeared. What attack did the Wild Connor use?
He used mass hole.
It was super
It's
effective.
super effective. That's a Pokemon reference for all you guys.
This actually...
Nah.
I got a free umbrella though.
Uh-huh. You want it for a minute?
Look at me, I'm Dan. Ooh, I'm live streaming.
We definitely did not pick a good day to go hiking.
Into this. See, I was leading you into a best. You were delicious.
Oh, you guys call this a tunnel? This is more like a culvert.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Okay. Oh! I'm done.
Oh. Oh shit.
It's deep mud. You don't pick up.
Steve is clinching the tunnel. Okay. If you've ever wondered what it's like inside of a abandoned rail tunnel, this is it. It's like ceiling is lined with bricks. You can see that. You can kind of see that. This tunnel hasn't seen traffic in ages.
If it wasn't raining, this would be much worse.
Worse, you say?
Are you the penguin?
Wah, 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 wah. I want you to know that there will be no mudslinging in this campaign.
I mean, I'd vote for him over most of our current.
Say that again?
I'd vote for him over most of our current.
You know, I probably would. He's a man. Hey, he's a man of integrity, and he says what's on his mind. He says what's on his mind too. That's a great quality.
That's what we look for in all of our leaders now.
I believe. Yeah, I'm with you.
You don't have to be a good person. You just have to be honest.
You just have to be a person.
Sometimes. Oh.
Oh. Woo! Yeah, we lost Anthony. That's why. I wanted to put it as faithfully as possible. We all good?
Yep.
All righty.
There's money down the other end, but you know why? This direction's downhill.
Uh-huh. All right, so that was the tunnel. On our next run here, we're gonna head down to the near century-old suspension bridge that crosses the Rondout Creek. That'll be our next stop, where we'll get out and see some stuff.
Across to with the old tunnel.
Yeah.
But this old tunnel grassed area here is what's new.
Yeah.
So they built everyone that wants in the tunnel is in the car out. So, listen until everyone's back. And then, is everyone back?
I think
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Anthony came back up, right?
Yeah.
He was right behind me.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna throw this back here.
Okay.
It's okay.
All right. Well,
Now that
That was one
become
stop.
good stuff too.
this is gonna be some event. I gotta tell you. By the time we get to Rosendale, we're gonna want to kill each other.
Yeah. Well, the next stop is the suspension bridge.
Yeah. Okay.
And
I know how to get to that.
yes, I want you to hop on 9W, go across the river, and then back up. You know, basically
Head down the
the
old
other
road.
way. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I can do that. No problem.
We will walk back to the bridge and walk across it.
All right.
So yeah, basically, I think I was telling you. Basically, don't know how many times I've been through Kingston. Never realized that tunnel was there. Knew the bridge was there because I've driven under the bridge.
Yeah,
sides.
yeah. But it never occurred to me to think about what was on either side of it.
Yeah.
But now we know, and now we are all a little bit smarter today,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, there's one just like the other one.
Yep. It's windy.
Yeah.
We're parking on the Kingston side, right?
Where do you want me to?
I think so.
It says basically immediately after bridge, turn left onto Beale Street, and then basically park along the street where it's legal.
Okay.
And if no street parking is available, there's an off-street lot just past the next cross street.
Okay. So this bridge was built in 1921. It was one of the first suspension bridges outside of New York City, anywhere in the Northeast. And it's still here. Now it's the old highway, but it used to be part of the main US 9W highway through this area. They have repainted the tower since I was through here last.
Yeah, they need to repaint it a nice shade of ODOT green.
This will work.
On the plus side, the bar is open.
Yeah. You know what? Let's just go there. Why don't we go look at the bridge? That'll work. All right.
No, we're walking up the street.
Oh, okay.
If you're serving free beer, we'll come in.
Helping the other bike catch coordinator do a new employee rotation.
go check out this bridge from close up on street level so you guys can see what it looks like. We got a little Abbey Road action going on right here. Which one of you is Paul McCartney? You guys got a little Abbey Road thing going on here. Here we go. There we go. I got 4 of you in that one. Weight limit 3 tons. All right, Josh, off.
Really, wind's blowing around.
Yeah, it's windy out there.
Keep drying up our lens.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Rondout Creek Bridge.
I do the one down the street because. Yes.
Original cornerstone. That's 1920.
He was later the first Catholic presidential candidate.
Was he?
Yeah, 1928.
Oh. Let's go check it out before we get soaked again. Yeah, that's why I figured I wasn't gonna bring it, because
You may have to lose that.
I'm gonna go over the side. It's gonna blow you off.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a hood.
Doug, I think I vaguely remember this. I think you and I came down
A number of years ago.
2005.
Yeah. Maybe parked down
Down below, yeah.
windy. And the rain's not really going to let up either. It's just going to be another one of these really ugly fall days here in the upstate New York. We get a lot of these. This is really the first ugly day we've had. Here's the Rondout Creek. If you look to the west, you can see an old railroad bridge in the distance. We're actually going to go under that. Railroad bridge in the distance. We're actually going to go under that when we get on the road again. So we head westward. Okay. Is there anything worth seeing there? No? Yeah. Let me take a picture.
Probably a lot.
My name is Josh and I take a lot of pictures.
Yes, on paper existed, but wondering if New York just didn't like the split and then got inspired by having 9W to create the suffix spur system.
Well, the other thing about the 99 that's comparing too is that the place where they put it back together is the order now.
Oh, it was
Right, yeah. Part of what was 9E became Southern Enduro.
yeah. Yeah, Southern Enduro Sport and the Northern end of our New York 32. We own the capital. A hook isn't a hook is not original. It originally entered outside Falls.
Mr. Met's with us too today.
Yeah, but he left the head at home. And his middle finger.
Well, I don't care about the head, but I do care about the middle finger.
Yeah.
They have not been to the World Series since going to the National League, right?
No, they haven't.
Yeah.
And I think because they're second in LCS.
Yeah, I think 2011
Something
was
like
one,
that.
and then I think that might have been it. Yeah, well, I hope you enjoyed the bridge. We're gonna head back to our cars now. Are we seriously waiting for the walk signal? Yeah, okay. I didn't think so. How dare we be law-abiding citizens? See, now if you get lost with Anthony in a rainstorm, it's okay, because he's got a map with him already.
I don't know that it helps you up here, though. We're a little bit far north of what this map goes.
It's a little too far north to be of any use to us today, but when in doubt, ask Anthony, because he's always got a map on him. It might be an umbrella, but he has a map with him.
I also have maps on my phone and in my head.
You are a walking map, pretty much. Yeah. It's funny, that's what people say about me sometimes, too.
This is before GPS existed. Now they tell people to walk in GPS.
Well, yeah, we grew up before GPS was a thing, so we have no issues understanding and comprehending maps. You know, the paper kind that you gotta actually, you know, hold in your hand.
And the cheerleaders are still at high school. Or they're in elementary school.
Don't forget to subscribe to these two lovely channels right here.
No, it's just
No, we just took a look at the bridge right over here. Yeah. I was waiting for her to invite us inside for a drink,
Yes.
but
I would have been game.
I would have gone in. So this is the part of the trip now where we go to Rosendale and want to kill each other.
Yes.
Okay.
First to the Basically, continue on a Beale Street to 213 and take 213 essentially to the covered bridge.
Okay, yeah, so we're going to be on 213 for a while.
Yep.
Okay. I always forget that there's a covered bridge.
Right next to the thruway.
Yeah. It's like hiding in plain sight.
Yeah.
When I worked out this way a few years back, it finally occurred to me to check it out, and I did go to see it once, but I haven't been back to this area since then.
Yeah. So 200,000 miles on this car.
200,000. Can you believe it?
Yeah, my last one made it 250,000 before crapping out.
All right, so I've got 50,000 to play with.
Yep.
Maybe. Well, yours was a Honda.
Yeah.
So.
And yeah, I was hoping to get that to 300,000, but it just didn't happen.
One of my old coworkers was still driving her Matrix. This was like a few years ago. And she was north of 300 with it.
Yeah.
And she was not planning on getting a new one because the engines live forever on those things. So I'm hoping the same thing can happen with this one. I don't want to get a new car yet because I'm working in the South Bronx.
Right.
If you're the white guy with a brand new looking car, you stand out down there. You know.
And plus, basically, it's enough miles driving to and from home for you. So.
Yeah, like why not wait a year? To see if you end up somewhere else, and the drive is maybe a little bit better, and then you can think about it.
Whereas I was caught in a spot, so I was
right. Yeah, your car decided to pass away out of state.
Yep.
This is that railroad bridge I was talking about.
Yeah.
Still active. I think it's the west side of the Hudson rail line, right? It uses this.
So yeah.
Yeah. I do remember seeing a train on it the last time I was down here. I always forget that Kingston's got a lot of old signage still floating around. So we're on State Highway 213, and we'll be basically following this for a while. It's the next big section of our drive today. I happen to have a passenger with me today. Would you like to introduce yourself to the live studio audience?
I am Doug Kerr. I am from the Albany, New York area. I've actually been doing this, not so much filming, but had a website for a number of years. You might have heard of it. It was Gribble Nation. Basically, we're doing some few different things with a blog called Sure Why Not. Sure Why Not Now, blogspot.com. I've been basically been at this for about 20 years. Discovered the hobby initially by looking up to see if roads had websites. When I didn't feel like studying one night during my sophomore year of college. And the rest is history.
Began innocently enough.
Yes.
Cool. So I think you were really one of the first, what we consider now to be road geeks. You were kind of one of the first ones out there.
Well, there were there were some people out there. Steve Anderson of NYC Roads.
Right. Yeah.
He I found everything through his website.
Okay.
Actually, a lot of people probably have him to thank for discovering the site. So
yeah, same here.
Yeah,
that's for sure. And then you got a lot of people who have come along since then and have kind of picked up where you guys left off or joined you guys, and this is so.
Yeah.
I always forget about this bridge too. This is a neat one. Yeah. I think you're the fourth different guest passenger in the last 4 meet streams.
Right.
So
I know there was the one, the Central PA, which I couldn't make.
Central PA. There was, which one was Steve? Oh, Steve really wasn't a meet. It was more of like a, hey, let's go check out some roads before we go to Yankee Stadium on July 4th.
Yeah.
And then Anthony was Pulaski Skyway.
Yeah.
And now you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Punching my way around Ulster County, a place I actually know fairly well. So,
yeah, it's not often that we go on meets that we're actually very familiar with the territory already.
Yeah. Although, as the tunnel, for instance, that was something that was new to me. So. And even the bridge, basically I've seen the bridge a number of times, but I got to get some pictures of the bridge from different angles. And
that is a neat bridge. It's a little, I guess at the time when they built it, it was a bit like a prototype.
Yeah.
Bear Mountain is very similar to that one, except it's about 2.5 times bigger.
Yeah. And you have one of my favorite bridges, the St. John's Bridge out in Portland, Oregon.
Yeah. There's another one. Another bridge built around that time, the Ambassador Bridge. Came a few years later.
One thing that I found out, basically, I think I was mentioning earlier, basically, that they should have painted the bridge the shade of ODOT green.
Yeah.
Apparently that, they decided to, initially they were going to paint the St. John's Bridge with yellow and black stripes.
This was in the 30s?
In the 30s.
Or during the war? Or?
During the 30s, before the war.
Right.
And they decided to paint it green, and they waited until St. Patrick's Day to announce that they were going to paint it green. And since then, it basically worked out well, and
it's kind of stuck.
Yeah, that was kind of the basically the first the bridge where they set off, basically painting a lot of other bridges green.
Yeah, I think Golden Gate had a similar story to it.
Right.
They were going to paint that in black and yellow stripes, or some kind of other concoction, and they settled on the orange.
Yeah, that's a beautiful bridge.
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, how many bridges are painted orange to begin with?
Right.
And the color just fits perfectly with the backdrop.
Yeah, when I went to San Francisco back in 2012, I went to Fort Point, which is actually a fort that's under Golden Gate Bridge, and they had an exhibit of basically basically with things with the Golden Gate color on it.
Yeah,
that was nice.
You can't imagine that bridge having any other color.
Yeah.
You know, it's that perfect a match.
And at home, I have a book of the bridges of US 101, through the Oregon coast.
Oh, okay.
Those are all, originally Art Deco bridges, and so a couple of the bridges they did paint that same ODOT green. The bridge in Coos Bay, and then the bridge in the Astoria Megler Bridge.
Yeah.
Then you have some of the ones that are still the old concrete arches. Oh, the Quina Bay Bridge in Newport. That's also that same shade of green too.
Okay.
That's been a magnificent bridge too. There.
Yeah, there are a lot of beautiful ones along the coast there.
Yeah.
Most of them are all still original.
Yeah, the one that isn't original is the Alsea Bridge.
Okay.
They actually had replaced that in, I think, the early 90s. Yeah, the Suslaw Bridge. You have the one over Gold Beach. You have Depot Bay Bridge.
They're all basically designed by the same guy,
McCullough,
right?
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. That's a beautiful drive. They've done all of it in Oregon, so.
Yeah.
Most of 101 in California or California and Washington State too. So.
Yeah.
Drive over the Mackinac Bridge about a month and a half ago.
Did you?
Yep. I went to the Upper Peninsula, Michigan.
Did you ever been over that bridge before?
One time before that, I did a loop around the Lake Michigan and Lake Huron shores of the Lower Peninsula, and I'm like, well, I'm in Mackinac City. I'm like, I should probably drive over the bridge.
Might as well see the bridge.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I'll never be back here again. 5 years later, I was back over.
Yeah. Yep.
And did the Upper Peninsula. I didn't get to Sault Ste. Marie. That would have been nice. But there's a bridge between Houghton and Hancock, Michigan. That means it's over the Portage Ship Canal, a little bit further west at the Upper Peninsula. That was it's a lift bridge. And that was a really nice bridge to see too. And it should not involve having to wear a poncho.
Shouldn't. Sorry, we're all out. All right. It's not a bad view. You signing the guest book?
Yes. Are you youtube.com/roadwaywiz?
I am. Hey, look at that. I get a free plug in the guest book. We might as well list out all our sites here.
Well, Dribble Nation no longer exists.
Yeah, so
Sure, why not?
boo.
NYSroads.com.
We're not putting eastcoastroads.com because he's not here. He was too chicken to come up. Boo!
I will have a sure why not.
David Gloves. David Gloves sucks.
Hi.
Hey, we don't need an umbrella under here.
No, I don't.
I can get used to this.
Oh, is there a lot?
Yeah. Kingston Road Meet.
Very good.
We got all our sites on there.
Very good.
All right. Why did we have to put Massachusetts on there? Nobody likes Massachusetts.
Yeah, but that's where it lives.
Oh! I just call Steve Alpert. What?
Everything is okay.
So I like those covered bridges you see up in places like Vermont, New Hampshire. Except those ones are still open to traffic mostly. This one has been out of service for quite a long time.
Oh yeah, I'd say we do a call. Yeah, card is a buy. Back then they didn't have handwriting. Back then they didn't have handwriting. Now, because like, you know,
I have seen hard rock or a few Pascals from
I mean, I'm probably biking with me.
yeah, and those are really
Just make sure you put the book back, okay?
Well,
saw.
I've seen Neolithic graffiti.
I saw graffiti on the dance floor recently.
This car, right?
Rolling stuff. Garbage.
When I went to the book,
Bob, 18 and 68.
So there's a marking on the rock on the map. Let's see if you like
There.
sleep there.
it seems highly
He might have
doubtful.
watered. He might have watered his horses.
Speaking of George, I was just sleeping. After our next stop, we are passing a house where there is written record of a George Washington actually spending a night.
All right, George Washington took a shit in this house. Woo!
He watered his horses.
I live near Morristown headquarters, so I know he slept there.
1990.
He slept there with another woman. Oh,
Martha.
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 Martha, Martha, Martha.
Of Mike and George Washington stops in town to water his horses.
Wait,
Nothing better to celebrate.
That's Fifth Avenue.
I thought this was
They had a
George
celebration.
Washington also apparently stopped buying.
Yes. Yes.
that's all line to even exist.
George
No,
Washington.
the future thing.
George Washington had a road meet here.
Yeah. Back then they called it watering the horses, but
If anybody wants, we can still have it still. And I'm or if you don't want to,
I actively want to prevent other people from stopping the streets. I wouldn't need to.
uh-oh.
Why?
We have a malcontent in the audience today. Yeah.
It's Steve. So
He's a malfeasant.
if anyone wants to stop at Stewart, we can stop. If not,
Okay, we're not stopping. Man, it's getting windy.
Washington wah-wah'd his horses.
Yeah. The rightful winner of this year's gas station popularity contest on AA roads.
I voted for Wawa,
I did too.
despite someone.
Really? I mean, you can't go wrong with Wawa or Sheetz.
Yeah.
Wawa was a place I learned to love before I learned to love Sheetz, so there's some sentimental value there.
Wawa has blackberry iced tea. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah.
And
When I was in Florida in 2016, I was surprised to see that Wawa is basically taken over down there.
yeah, and Cumberland Farms, I've heard, is down there too.
Yeah, I did see some of that around Orlando.
It's been a while since I've been to Florida, so I don't remember. I don't remember what I had seen in St. Augustine in 2013 or in Tampa in 2012.
Vote Cuomo.
Or it's that time of year again.
Yep. One of the jobs I worked on when I was at TCI with DOT was repaving 32
Yeah.
from back at the bridge there all the way up to Kingston City line.
Yeah.
That was 6 years ago already. I can't believe that time's gone by that fast. I basically ended up running the job because the EIC basically went into hiding. So I saw him once on the first day and I never saw him again. Like, all right. So we're well into the second hour of our tour. We are on State Route 32 northbound right now. We're heading towards the village of Rosendale, New York. It's good to have you guys with us. Weather is obviously far from ideal. We're going to be dealing with rain and wind the whole day. But
It's our ideal.
yeah, but you know, we'll figure it out. You know, the show must go on. For some people, it doesn't. Like David Glove.
I thought he would have come up for this meet.
He would have, but he doesn't want to take his beautiful new Nissan out past the 5 boroughs if it's raining.
Apparently, the apartment where he lives in was a apartment of a former New York Islander, Alan Klein.
I thought you were going to say it was a former apartment where George Washington slept.
That would be cool.
That would have been epic. Really? It was a New York Islander he used to live there?
I guess he posted something about on Facebook one day.
I wonder how you would find that out.
How we got his mail.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what happened?
That's what I figured.
Oh, so this is like a recent Islander. This isn't.
Yeah.
from
He
7 years
scored an overtime goal in I think it was Game 3 of the 2016 first round playoffs.
Oh, really?
So we had his moment in the sun, and he's with Calgary now.
They shipped him north of the border, huh?
No, on his own free will. They didn't resign him.
Oh, okay.
And there's Stu Bags. I mean, Stuart.
Stu Bags. Rosendale's not an incorporated village, right? This is more of like a hamlet / CDP.
That's why we have the internet.
Uh-huh.
It's a series of tubes, apparently. Thank you, Al Gore.
That's right.
Take myself off airplane mode.
Why'd you put your phone in airplane mode?
I forgot my other charger.
Oh. It's a nice little downtown area here.
There is a underground mine that you can explore in Rosendale. The Widow Jane mine.
I figured there's at least one that's explorable because of all the cement history from around here.
Yeah.
Here's the trestle. Probably going to be the only ones up there. We'll be checking out that bridge shortly. This is a road I've never been on before.
New waterfall. I think they're making fun of me into the other cars right now.
Oh, furnaces? Is that what these were for?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
They're all right in a row, so that would make some sense.
That's cool. There
Apparently.
goes Steve. Let's run down Doug. No, let's not run down Doug. I'm gonna let those guys explore the cement furnaces on their own. I'm not gonna join them for that.
For the status you deserve and the value you expect, follow the star to Lexus of Route 10, part of the Celebrity Motor Car Group. Their #1 focus is delivering the highest level of customer care. Come experience the celebrity difference at Lexus of Route 10, 130 Route 10 West in Whippany.
1877 cars for kids. KARS cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids. Donate your car today.
1877 cars for kids. KARS cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids. Donate your car today.
To learn more about our program and to donate, go to carsforkids.com. That's Cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll also get a vacation voucher and maximum deductions.
1877 kids. KARS cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids. Donate your car today. Also accepting boats, motorcycles.
Well, they all disappeared into that furnace building there. I wonder if any of them are going to come out.
Poker action, not to mention for winning. Embrace the possibilities. Sam Bethlehem. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Sunday on Showtime. Narrates me. Call me back.
Ray, I have a friend in a sensitive situation.
You need to help me, Ray. Wade Donovan is back. Concussion and emotions. And New York's about to get its fix.
What are you going to do?
Corey Morana, starring Leah Schreiber with Susan Sarandon and John Voight. The girl of your face. Remember that. Wade Donovan. Season premiere Sunday at 9. Only on Showtime. Visit getshowtime.com and start your free trial now. Restrictions apply. I'm David McNeil, founder and owner of WeatherTech.com, the world's leader in vehicle accessories, where we strive to continually exceed our customers' expectations. As a customer myself, I only work with companies with the same mission. AmericanEagle.com, our web design, development, and hosting company, has continually exceeded my expectations since the last century. That's how long WeatherTech has been a customer of AmericanEagle.com. We've grown our business for 17 years, and our website has been a key to our growth. What I like about AmericanEagle.com is that they're a family-run business and financially stable, so I don't have to worry about them disappearing on me, and they focus on my business goals and objectives. If you're in need of serious experience and expert website design, development, strategy, and hosting, contact AmericanEagle.com. They've done it for me at WeatherTech.com, and they'll do it for you.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 877-WEB-NOW1. That's 877-WEB-NOW1. AmericanEagle.com, 877-WEB-NOW1.
Relax in comfort with seats that beat the stadium. Harris Resort and Valley's Atlantic City Wild Wild West are now taking bets at our new sports book. Available bets include pro and college football, basketball, baseball, hockey, and more. Place your wager on your favorites today and score your own winning record at the book. Can't make the trip? No problem. Download the Caesars Casino app through the App Store or CaesarsCasino.com and bet now. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
15 minutes to save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit us at Geico.com or call 1-800-947-ORDER. Back here on the fan on a Saturday, we get you set for another week of football and fantasy football. Joining me right now does a great job at CBS Sports on CBSSports.com, and that's Dave Richard. Dave, how you been?
Good, I'm doing great. I'm 8-1 in one of my leagues, and it's weird to be 8-1 when we're heading into week 8, but we've played a couple of doubleheader weeks, and I've swept those weeks. It's better when you set one lineup and get 2 wins.
Wait a second. I'm not that familiar with this. So there's a way in which, what do you do before the week? You say this week counts twice? Is that what it is?
Well, what it is you have 2 different opponents in your league.
Oh.
16-team league, and we want everybody to be able to play each other. So for 2 of the weeks, you have 2 different opponents. So you set one lineup, but it goes against 2 different teams. And if you do a terrible job setting your lineup, you're going to get 2 losses.
Right.
And if you do a great job, you're probably going to get 2 wins.
I kind of love this. I actually kind of love this idea. So since you have 16 teams in the league, so what does that mean? You end up playing 15 games for the season, so you end up with 15 games on your record?
They are heading to the bridge. I am getting batteries.
Uh-huh. Is that Steve up on the roof over there?
Yeah. It's like, hello, I'm like, it's not worth it.
How the hell did you get up there?
It's Steve.
That's cool too, but then you just play twice. That might just be a conundrum that your commissioner would have to figure out. But other than that, yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Yes. And speaking of that better,
we're changing fantasy football on the fly.
Well, there's one other idea, and this is not my idea. So during the week, I host a show with Joe Beningo. He suggested that because quarterbacks who fall behind by so much in the game are almost given a benefit, right? Because they can just keep throwing the ball downfield. They end up with big yardage, and they end up having better fantasy days, that there should be a win bonus. That if you win as a quarterback, you get some kind of bonus. Your thoughts?
Well, I don't mind that, and I've been in leagues where that's happened, and that's cool. We've bandied around the idea of having garbage time count for 50%. So in those situations where it's the fourth quarter, the game's over, you know who's going to win, you know who's going to lose, and the quarterback is still out there trying to put a touchdown on the board to cut the deficit from 24 to 17, that those points don't count as much because it's garbage time and because the defense they're going up against doesn't really care. They just want to get off the field in one piece. It's hard to kind of govern that as far as a commissioner goes. You know, we CBS Sports is a ton of leagues that we just commission on our own for people who don't want to play with their friends or want to take on strangers, what have you. So that's kind of been the conundrum we've had is, well, what would officially constitute garbage time? And, you know, it's kind of a tricky spot, but that kind of goes along with what Joe says.
Yeah, no, it's tough. You're right. I think that makes it the most difficult. How do you govern something like that? But it goes around the idea of we don't want to reward quarterbacks who are on crappy teams because they're able to throw the ball 50, 55 times because their team sucks and they're down by 30 points. So It's tough. There's no perfect way, but I like the outside-the-box thinking that you're minimizing the points if it is garbage time. I like that.
Sure, and then the other issue is that usually those quarterbacks that are on garbage teams, they're not starting for their teams very long.
Right.
So they don't become fantasy assets for very long.
Let me get to a couple of things. First of all, we have had trades in the National Football League, which is on. One of them last week was the Carlos Hyde trade. He didn't suit up. He's going to play this week in London. Where do you kind of look at him right now? I mean, T.J. Yeldon's been playing. It doesn't look like Leonard Fournette's coming back anytime soon. How do you value Carlos Hyde going into what should be his Jacksonville debut?
Something that we've seen from Jacksonville without Leonard Fournette is T.J. Yeldon taking...
When you're on top, you come straight down.
Oh, really?
Back into the film. You're not supposed to do this, but it's cool.
Well, I know you're not.
A barbed wire fence, and someone put a very nice, very professional opening into it.
Human size?
Not only human size, but like they bent all the fence link back on itself, so it's nice and smooth.
Oh.
So
Wow.
Someone wants you to explore.
It's too bad the British didn't know about that in World War I.
Throw us all into the kilns?
No, the cutting holes in barbed wire.
Oh. How else we would have won the war, you're saying?
They would have won it better.
Well, I think.
Instead of winning the war, they would have won it bigly.
Well, we wanted them. They didn't penalize Germany. I've already seen the big board. I've never lost in the little board.
All right. Are you just gonna stay here? All right. Bye. Brig Bridge. Trail.
You have an abandoned mine here.
Oh, is this it?
No, that's just abandoned.
It's a abandoned mine.
Oh, and abandoned mine, but still.
Uh-huh. This must be how you get in down here. Hmm. Wouldn't be a bad thing to explore if it wasn't raining.
always told me there's a lot of dogs there. And my grandfather was a cop, so he was well aware this was quite illegal. Well, and the thing too is again, because he was a cop, he also knew the policy. Because he knew that even when the police were sending people like, knock on people's doors and find death, that, he told all his kids, listen, if a policeman comes to the door and asks if there's a dog here, you tell them no. It doesn't matter if the policeman can hear the dog barking. You say, no, there's no dog here. That's not a dog. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's a TV. We're watching Lassie. That's why does Lassie sound like a St. Bernard?
Rosendale Trestle. This bridge isn't very wide. It's only a single track. And even when it was open, the speed limit on it was 5 miles an hour.
Stop looking into trains of the past and footsteps of the future.
Man, that is deep.
How about stop, look, and listen to Trains of the Present?
Yeah,
Also important.
you might want to do that.
Hashtag Operation Lifesaver.
Is this the first road meet protest?
No. Bennington.
Is there a protest in Bennington?
Occupy Bennington.
That was not. None of the road meet participants participated in Occupy Bennington.
No,
though.
but we outnumbered them.
Although Tantillo did lay across the unopened Bennington bypass, so I don't know. Maybe
I gotta count for something. You don't trip over the sign, please. Now they don't specify whose hush money this is. So
I think anyone who pays that much hush money is shameful.
is that the new send help sign?
Definitely. What?
When speeches meet, we are one. No, you have to say we are one.
I didn't even know interconnectedness was a word.
Interconnectivity.
In loving memory of Kay and George.
Yeah. Except when he doesn't show up.
Yeah. I was like, road geeks to be very political. CCTZ. Where everything you post on Facebook goes up to either a Washington Post or a New York Times.
Can you believe what the Republic Party has done now?
FO capital X News.
Yeah.
Those damn hippies smoking their marijuana.
Marijuana.
These things because I realize I'm not the only person who notices these things about people.
Oh no!
We're very judgy.
This is your safe place, okay? You're okay here.
In my safe space.
Man, he's gay. Don't encourage
Encourage what?
You're only safe here if you're like us.
I left my
Jewish.
I left my white robe at home. Sorry.
Okay, bye.
It's
Because of the rain,
Yeah.
What about your tiki torch?
It doesn't work in the rain either.
Yeah. No, this is terrible marching weather.
Yep.
You know, the weekend
The people I am friends with are very fine people, okay?
The weekend after that incident, I spotted a local residence that had a whole bunch of tiki torches by the curb. It could be a coincidence, but I would like to take it over. I mean, it kind of ruined the tiki torches. It did.
Well, they didn't need them after that weekend.
That electricity was possible. Yeah.
Static electricity.
There's an actual path.
Yeah, you can actually, well, never mind. Okay.
The Trestle has like great grandkids by now, as a matter of fact.
Look at you looking all presidential right now. It's a bit like the old Kingston Bridge.
Yes.
I mean, they were built about 30 years apart.
Yeah,
but
it's pretty similar.
This does
narrow.
remind me of the Salamanca meet now that you say that.
It's
Yeah.
a pretty similar design.
I think they were both single track and they were both like 5 mile an hour bridges.
This was, they always had.
So was it erected in 1870 or 1920?
It was
Erected
It was,
1870, heavily modified in the 1900s. Yeah.
Modified how so? Strengthened.
What they add?
It actually closed it. It's had a line.
Steve's all the way down there, so
This bridge here.
if you want to chase after him.
Does it have to be called a doctor if it lasts longer than 4 centuries?
Yeah, I think I'm going back to the car.
If it's dark, I'm always getting go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still monkeying around on that end. So we'll see them tomorrow.
Yeah, I gotta say, what is Steve find?
I don't know, but we lost sight of them.
When he was a rookie back in the Dallas and the struggles that they Redskins this week, so not giant Cowboys, but these giant Redskins, so big time Bears will certainly get into. But there's a little baseball here at the top. I made it to the 15th inning. Last night's World Series game. I'm downstairs today with my daughter, who's MLB Network, right, and is a huge baseball fan, and I said, we're going 15 innings, right? Like, don't do that. I said, yeah, not only are we going 15 innings, but they're going to tie it in the 12th. The Dodgers, the Red Sox will score a run or two, and the Dodgers will don't even go there, Dad. Well, he went upstairs after the 11th. I went up to it happened it was going to happen in the 12th. They went to the 13th tied, you take the lead tied, right, and I went to bed. On the 14th, I think I fell asleep right before the 15th. Yeah, I bailed after this was tied in the bottom of 13. Oh, you went 13? I extra inning on you. You know what's funny? I was thinking of this driving in, that, about how do kids watch World Series games, even on a Friday night. No, Sean. It's a game over. But this is what you can't blame on baseball. You can't predict it's going to go 18 innings. 7 hours. I bet it was over 3:30. But, when I was a kid, and this is really one of those, when I was your age kind of stories. 1969 World Series. I was in 9th grade. I was a huge Mets fan. I mean, I still am. Game 5, I wanted to make sure I was home to see the celebration because I was very confident the Mets were going to win Game 5 and clinch the series. Game started at 2 o'clock. My classes were over at 3:30. I lived a mile from school. Those were the days when games took 2:10, 2:15. All right, so it's 2 o'clock. I mean, this is a long time ago. I can't remember what inning it was. I actually got in front of my TV, but it wasn't like it was the 4th inning. We were probably in the 7th, maybe 8th inning by then. After an hour and 40 minutes, an hour and 40. Now I'm thinking, an hour and 45 minutes. It's probably 4th inning, maybe. Sometimes the 3rd inning. If it's a Yankee game and a Red Sox game, maybe 3rd. And how do these? And there was something so magical about these afternoon World Series games. And when you were in school, and you try to find out, because we didn't have cell phones to keep checking the score, and there was no someone to run out to a payphone to call and find out what the score was. Back in the car. So
all right.
Sometimes I bring a little transistor radio to school, and as I'm walking between classes, catch the score, and it's just, I don't know. I feel sorry in a way for the kids today. It's probably why baseball is losing a lot of the kids, is because the games start at 8:15 and they go.
Everybody's trickling back.
On your black and white TV in the Myers household, because I was there at game number 5 and sitting on home plate, and I was at game 4. Attempted to make my way onto the field, and my father got a hold of my shoulder and said, "Where do you think you're going?"
I have a proposal to make. I have a charger with multiple USB ports.
Cool.
So I'd like to actually plug one in.
Alright.
So that way you can keep all your stuff charged too. So.
Alright.
Okay. Whichever works best for you.
This one? Okay.
Yep, and then you still have your own to charge, so.
Rolling out.
Yep.
Surprised we managed to corral Steve into coming back.
Yep. That was a little too wet.
Yeah, I'd had enough.
So I was saying, like, it would have been perfect if it was drier.
Right. Oh, we would have never left there if it was dry.
Yeah. I'd be taking pictures of the leaves.
Yeah. We'd be going through that mine.
Let's see if we're going through the mine.
Well, you would never see them again.
Well, he did somehow. Actually, I think he walked up. He walked up, and someone made it up top earlier. So. I believe so.
We got a bit of a way to go to get there.
A lot of drying out. Like 45 minutes, 31 miles. Per the Goog.
The Goog?
The Goog, yeah.
That's a nickname I've not heard before.
So to Google the Goog.
Oh, it's like going down green, doesn't it?
Yep. Not here, but yeah, basically through the Snyder estate.
Yeah.
Is how you access the Widow Chain Mine, which basically it's an underground mine that you can walk around and apparently do concerts in the mine, I believe.
Huh.
Sure enough, in Josh's directions,
Yeah.
he mentioned the house where George Washington spent a night.
All right, awesome. The George Washington Memorial Outhouse is ahead on your right.
Yes. It's where he watered his horses. If he spent a night there, he probably didn't water his horses there.
We're just following 213 the whole way, right?
Yeah. or high politics.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we are.
They make it right?
No. This looks like Josh's car. Ray Mullins sent me a message.
Yeah.
Said driving to Albany. I guess he did this yesterday. He saw what he thought was a covered bridge right next to the thruway. Of course, he was driving past at 70. Didn't really take a good look. Yes, it is the.
We have the pictures to prove it.
That is the Perrines covered bridge. Everyone's talking about the bridge.
Yeah.
Pretty sure George Washington saw these houses.
Yeah, I'm sure a few of them were around. Now, you said you're going out to Oregon again sometime soon, right?
Well, I'm actually driving across. My mom's driving back to Oregon. I'm actually flying to Nashville and driving with her from Nashville to Sacramento.
Oh, okay.
Which from Sacramento, it's an easy 10-hour drive up I-5 to Salem.
Is it really 10 hours?
Yeah, I've done it before.
Oh, wow.
It's 10 stops. It's about 600 miles.
Wow.
There's, let's see. There's a bridge in Redding, California. which is actually a pedestrian bridge, and it's actually designed to be a sundial.
Really?
It's called Sundial Bridge. There, basically, it's about 300. Yeah, it's about 350 miles or so from Sacramento to the Oregon border. And it's another 250, a little over 250 miles to Salem from there.
Wow. Is Salem closer to Portland?
It's an hour south of Portland. Not even an hour south of Portland.
Okay. I've never been out that way, though I plan on seeing if I can get up that way.
Yeah.
See what happens with the
weather. The thing with driving in the West, basically, it's longer distances. If you're going during the winter, you have to worry about snow over the mountain passes. Things like that, chains on tires. And also which way the weather's coming from. And basically, like the winter months, a lot of the weather basically comes over from the ocean. That's why it rains all the time. During the summer, the weather actually comes reverse way from over the mountains, or the Cascades, so it's a lot drier. And it's an annoying rain mist every day during the winter.
Yeah. Although I heard on the Weather Channel that there's a warm blob over the Pacific. You ever heard of that?
Warm blob as in...
A normally warm up in like British Columbia, Alaska.
Yeah,
and they say
that shouldn't be happening.
Well, and they say that when that happens, it ends up being dry.
Oh.
Like it doesn't rain out west.
I know they've been talking about El Nino.
Right.
And probably this quote-unquote warm blob is probably forces the cold weather to go elsewhere.
It forces the jet stream north.
Yeah.
Which creates a trough in the east, so we get all the snow and rain.
Oh, goody.
You can't wait, right?
They've been having, well, at least out there, they've been having, basically rain problems. And they've been having enough rain either out there too, so.
It's been drier than normal even in the winters.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Passed through Memphis. I couldn't figure out at least much that I was interested in seeing in Memphis. We'll be getting to my 48th state, Oklahoma.
been in Oklahoma.
Never not been to Oklahoma, Alaska.
So you will have completed at least the continental U.S.
Yeah. I've been to both the eastern ends of the continental U.S., to West Quoddy Head and Cape Flattery.
Those are the eastern and westernmost
in the continental U.S.
points.
Yeah. Been much further in the been much further east in the North America though. I've been basically out to the end of Nova Scotia.
Okay. Oh yeah, you did Cabot Trail one year. And you did
2012. I got to get back out to the Maritimes. That is a nice area to see.
Yeah. Yeah, I am thinking about going out there at some point.
Yeah. Well, your work schedule isn't conducive to much summer travel though. Or it might depend on the project too.
It does depend on the project. I mean, it's not the bridge anymore, so
yeah,
that does free me up a little bit more. Yeah, I would love to go out that way to Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island.
Yeah, I've been to Prince Edward Island. New Brunswick I've driven through, but I haven't really seen much in.
Yeah, it's kind of the province you drive through to get to where you're really going.
Although I've done there's some neat things to see in New Brunswick too.
Yeah, I mean Highway 1 along the coast is kind of interesting from what I've seen.
They have the Fundy Scenic Trail.
Yep.
I think it might be the world's largest covered bridge, which is Heartland.
Is that New Brunswick somewhere?
Yeah. It's actually not far over the border from home.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I didn't go that way the last time, so if I go again, I think that would be the way I would at least go in that direction.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about crossing at Calais and heading up on Highway 1.
Yeah, I've done that too. Through St. John and Moncton.
Yeah, I would want to go through those cities.
Yeah. Halifax is a really nice city.
Yeah.
Bought a ticket to a Halifax Mooseheads game, which is the local hockey team in Halifax. They're actually in the Quebec Junior Hockey League. And where they put me was right behind the penalty box. I actually had to move because I needed leg room.
Oh.
Well, this is great, nice penalty box. I'm like, I can't really sit here. I'm like, I can't move my legs. Nathan McKinnon, who plays for Colorado Avalanche now, he actually it was like the big prospect deal that year. I mean, actually, what number one in the draft the year after? He was playing for Halifax at the time.
Okay.
From the same little town as Sidney Crosby.
No kidding.
Which is actually, they're both from Cole Harbor, Nova Scotia, which is actually just east of Halifax. Oh, there's that Hush Money sign again.
Is there another one?
Yeah, right there. It's a deer. Oh, bug. Yeah, 6 points.
Nice.
Yeah, Halifax has a lot of.
Which police is the state police?
Yeah, Stadies. Halifax has some nice, a bunch of nice restaurants. I actually took the water taxi across the harbor. That's what they call it. And that was nice. Here's somebody go there. Yarmouth, actually. I've been to Nova Scotia twice. First time I actually took the ferry from Portland, Maine to Yarmouth, Nova Scotia.
What was that like?
Well, let me see. That was at that time it was a fast ferry. So it took about how far? It was a walk-on passenger. It was actually cheaper to park my car in Portland and basically take the walk-on to the ferry and rent a car in Nova Scotia.
Oh, you could do that?
I did. I wound up doing that. It was cheaper.
Oh. What, did they have like a rental car facility at the ferry terminal?
Yeah.
No, we're kidding, bro.
Yeah. What I did was actually rented a car one day and just basically the other day just spent her in Yarmouth. But yeah, it was like 4.5. They had TV and comfy chairs and small restaurant, slot machine room because basically what you do on international waters, gambling.
Yeah. Is it legal in Canada too? Like in Canadian water, or is that only in international water?
I think it's only in international waters. Also, saw some whales.
Yeah, I'll bet you'd see a lot of that.
Yeah, like middle of September. Yeah, I think that's around the time when they start to migrate.
Here's the reservoir. It's too bad the weather's so shitty. It's a great view of the mountains. The bridge they're thinking about replacing, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, it's showing its age.
Yeah.
an Islanders game right now.
A little daytime hockey, huh?
Well, they're playing in Philly, and apparently Philly does only daytime games on Saturdays.
Is that right?
I've looked this season, anyways. I looked into going to a Flyers game. I'm like, oh, what game should I go? I'm like, I would prefer going to the evening. Believe it or not. And I'm like, oh, they're all one in the afternoon.
So you can get another arena checked off?
Yep. I would have to pick up Steve on the way, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I mentioned, he's like, well, pick me up away. I'm like, okay. He's always down for doing things like that, so.
Yeah. What were we gonna do after this? We driving around the reservoir?
Yeah. That's what they're planning on doing.
So we gotta do a lap around the reservoir now?
Yep. And then apparently they take 28A all the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
Do we really have to do that? Why don't we just go to Kingston and look at old signs in Kingston? Would you rather do that? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, you have...
we really have to go for a lap around the reservoir? I think practically everybody here is already spent.
Yeah. Well, except of all your, basically your viewers.
Except their viewers who have never been out this way.
Yeah.
I do have all of 28 and 28A on video, but I've never uploaded it.
Anything Josh decided was interesting in the...
We haven't passed the George Washington outhouse, have we?
We did a long time ago.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, it was really basically it was in Stone Ridge.
Oh, it was in Stone Ridge?
Yeah. Yeah, there's probably somewhere in Kingston where George Washington ate a sandwich.
That would not surprise me. We know that he raided the deli in Trenton. Yes, right?
Yeah. George Washington had a nice salad here. He was the only person ever known to have won friends with salad. Well, my favorite, George Washington played a game of checkers here.
Yeah, it would have been great if he had played a game of curling there.
That was a Scottish thing. It was probably Robert Burns, was a poet, I believe. He was from Scotland. He probably played a game of curling. I'll have to say this much, though. I would probably, if it was a game of checkers between George Washington and Thomas Jefferson, I would always be giving Thomas Jefferson the edge.
Yeah.
He was quite enlightened.
That's true, yeah. That's really all the Constitutional Convention was the checkers tournament, right?
Yeah.
Here's 28.
George Washington fished for trout here. He might have fished for trout here.
Which railroad is this that we've been?
Might be the Ulster and Delaware. Especially if they're trying to turn it into a rail trail.
Yeah, I think when we crossed the reservoir before, we passed over what looked like a rail trail.
So not much of a rail fan. I do follow there's a New York Railroads group on Facebook I follow just because the history of that is that's interesting. So
yeah, I can see that.
And when they were basically talking about the rail trail, people were not happy.
Really?
We want rails. You want to look at this abandoned stuff? I just want to passively recreate. George Washington adopted a dog here.
You named her Lassie?
Probably. Maybe Old Yeller.
Yeah.
What had happened, according to Josh's notes, was that basically when the reservoir was created, they moved the road, and they moved the railroad as well, and it was the former Ulster and Delaware Railroad that ran along the valley floor prior to construction.
Oh.
So, That would have been the.
So that's what that is.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a good one. Now, 28A is one of those roads that is city DOT maintained.
Yeah. No, Mike Chantillo's at St. Pancras again.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's a quick trip to Europe for him, looks like.
Yeah, that was. I guess he's on his way home now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. That's a short trip by his standards.
If he's in London, yeah. If he's in London, yeah, basically he's heading home after this.
Right, because that's always his port of entry to Europe. He's going through London.
I mean, there's some merit to it. I've been to London. It is quite the city. It's like New York City, but older.
Older and
British.
Well, that too.
Older and people have worse teeth.
Yeah.
Sorry, British people. But I think that's where you get basically a lot of good flights from the U.S. I think what Mike had explained to me is that basically a flight from JFK to London is essentially one of the only flights in Europe that isn't a red-eye flight.
Really?
So most of the flights, basically, you're flying overnight to Europe. Coming back, it's a different story, basically. Coming back, most of the flights are morning or early afternoon in Europe.
Yeah.
in London too. It's basically, from New York. It's about 1,000 miles more than it is to the West Coast.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more than that, but But yeah, there's a lot to see and do in London, and basically, I spent a few days there. I certainly did not see everything, so
Yeah, I'm sure you can't possibly see everything in just a few days.
I saw a lot. Basically crammed into a day and a half. Really, parts of 2 days, really. First, basically, I flew in. It was I flew an overnight flight from JFK through had a layover in Ireland, so I flew over Lingus. We got to London. Basically, saw the Greenwich Observatory. Went to the British Museum. Apparently, in London, museums are free and they're open late on Fridays.
Oh.
So I went on a Friday to the museum.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is my evening entertainment. British Museum is incredible.
What is it? Is it like a...
It's just all sorts. It's basically a lot of ancient collections from around the world. Basically, like the parts of the Parthenon and it. Rosetta Stone. The Rosetta Stone they have there.
No kidding, really?
Yeah.
Wow. And not the language software you're talking
No,
about?
the actual Rosetta Stone.
The actual Rosetta Stone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Most of the British, they
Well, the British. Well,
they were.
Yeah.
So
Well,
they
it was
were-
discovered by the French, wasn't it?
I think so. But the
Somehow
British
it
were
ended
everywhere.
up-
So
Yeah, well, the British ended up controlling Egypt.
Yeah.
They built the Suez Canal and all that jazz.
A lot of Asian artifacts, which we didn't see much of. They didn't have much from North America. But then again, I'm
Yeah, well,
I'm from North America.
They're probably
so,
still a little bitter about 1776.
yeah. They had a small wing in the back of the museum devoted to, I think, Native American art. Yeah. This is the normally.
No, and this is 213 here, so we will have done a lap at this point.
Yep. I had walked from where I was staying to Trafalgar Square, and apparently I passed by the actual Drury Lane from the Muffin Man.
Oh, really?
I'm like, oh wow, this is the actual Drury Lane from the Muffin Man. I wasn't expecting that.
Asshole.
Mass wipe.
Massachusetts uses squares for.
Sports Radio 66, your flagship station for New York sports. Listen to us anytime, anywhere. Just download the radio.com app.
When you meet a veteran, you're meeting a hero. When you donate your car to the Purple Heart Foundation, you are a hero. Someone committed to seeing our veterans get the benefits they've earned and deserve. Go to donatepurpleheart.org. By donating your car today to the Purple Heart Foundation, you're helping a veteran with their VA benefits, post-traumatic stress, suicide prevention assistance, and much more. Be a hero and visit donatepurpleheart.org. That's donatepurpleheart.org.
I'm David McNeil, founder and owner of WeatherTech.com, the world's leader in vehicle accessories.
where we strive to continually exceed our customers' expectations. As a customer myself, I only work with companies with the same mission. AmericanEagle.com, our web design, development, and hosting company, has continually exceeded my expectations since the last century. That's how long WeatherTech has been a customer of AmericanEagle.com. We've grown our business tremendously over the last 17 years, and our website has been a key to our growth. What I like about AmericanEagle.com is that they're a family-run business and financially stable, so I don't have to worry about them disappearing on me, and they focus on my business goals and objectives. If you're in need of serious experience and expert website design, development, strategy, and hosting, contact AmericanEagle.com. They've done it for me at WeatherTech.com, and they'll do it for you.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 877-WEB-NOW1. That's 877-WEB-NOW1. AmericanEagle.com, 877-WEB-NOW1. Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window and Door is New York City's largest supplier of quality Anderson windows and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window and Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window and Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Anderson product line, including the 400 series and A series. Anderson, built, backed, and serviced like no other window. Call Brooklyn Window and Door at 718-WINDOWS or visit brooklynwindow.com. Pay off credit card debt with a personal loan from Marcus by Goldman Sachs. Life can add up quickly. Like when your youngest needed braces the same week as your oldest tuition was due. And then you got hit with a vet bill for the real baby of the family. Debt happens. It's how you get out that counts. Get a personal loan from Marcus by Goldman Sachs. Fixed interest rates, monthly payment options, and no fees. Learn more.
All right, so that was that.
Once again, it would have been a stop that would have been
Well, it would have been spectacular
if it was.
Weather didn't suck so bad.
Place your sports bet at PlaySugarHouse.com. Must be 21 over to play.
AT&T. More for your thing. That's our thing.
Great. That was a Shokin Reservoir.
Yes. Harrisburg is having lousy weather too, apparently.
Harrisburg?
Someone is posted about that on your feed.
Oh, we have comments? I haven't even
had comments.
We had comments? If anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, profound insights, please don't hesitate to make your voice written.
We'll even take recipes.
We will take recipes. I'm always looking to try something new.
Yeah.
The Stadies are still there.
Yeah. Maybe they're having coffee.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the heck they'd be doing. Just sitting there. Well, the cars are empty. So, they're not in their cars wherever they went.
Maybe they're having coffee. Like, enough of this. Let's have some coffee.
So we're leaving Ashokan Reservoir on State Highway 28A. And we're heading back to Kingston now, right?
Yep. Basically taking 28A, 28, 587, and looping back.
Okay. And that's the last leg of the trip.
Yeah. Would be very disappointed in me.
Yeah, I'm sure they would.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure TLC, they're pretty much like, oh, that Doug Kerr chasing waterfalls again.
Yep. Hashtag chasing waterfalls.
Yeah. But I gotta figure out where I'm going. I might wind up actually back down here.
Okay.
If the leaves are like this, yeah, I might want to come back down here.
Yeah, you might want to hang out for the next couple of weeks.
I'd have a day to do it. By the time I'm done, making Swedish meatballs.
Oh, you're gonna try it.
Well, I have a bag from Swedish meatballs from Hannaford, and I put some stroganoff mix and sour cream in there. Put in the crock pot for all day.
Wow.
Boil up some egg noodles at the end, basically when I'm ready to eat them too. So
they won't be as good as CPZ's though.
No.
No. He's the that he's the expert.
Yep. Basically cook them at the end of the day. I have dinner for a few days, so.
All right.
That or actually another place that's closer to me, but their leaves might be gone, closer to Passpeak. If you take, State Highway 2, cross around the New York-Massachusetts border, this place called Petersburg Pass.
Okay.
Basically drive up like from Route 2 if you're driving up from the west. Once you get past Highway 2, you'll go up basically up the mountain. Some nice views, basically from down below. You get to the top, which is actually just west of the state line. You get a nice parking area. You get some view. Basically, you can stand and get some pictures of the mountains. There's actually also a former ski area.
Oh, really?
Basically, if you decide to, for whatever reason, I've done this before, hike up the mountain.
Some more reservoir here. Is this spillway?
Yeah. Oh, that's an old sign. An old sign for the reservoir. Two that we passed. But it's a former ski area. If you hike up the mountain, basically you can see the footings for the old ski lifts.
Oh, okay.
And watch out for ticks. Because there are plenty up there.
Yeah.
Basically, if you hike in the opposite direction, north of the highway, it's part of a trail called the Taconic Crest Trail. Follows the spine of the mountains for about 35 miles. And if you hike up a few miles, there's a place called Snowhole, which is basically, it's kind of a cave where snow and ice are there into the summer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And you actually, when you're doing that, you actually cross the state border into Vermont and then back into New York. That's basically right near the tri-point. Apparently there is a tri-point marker, and I went looking for it, but I didn't find it.
Somewhere on that trail?
So it's off the trail. It's a spur trail that basically it heads towards Williamstown.
Does it look anything like that New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania tri-point marker?
I think it's more along the lines of the tri-point markers you'll find in New England. There's one, obviously, where, say, like the abbreviation of the state, and that's it. I gotta take the driver of the, I gotta talk the driver of the car in front of us to go there.
Yeah? He's never been?
Well, we talked about it before. I think the consensus was right outside of the basically that's basically when there's no leaves on the trees.
Okay. Well, his car has climbed Mount Washington, so I'm sure he'd be up for it.
I've been up Mount Washington, but I actually did not drive any of my cars up Mount Washington.
No?
I actually chickened out and took the van.
Okay.
Which it was a good experience in and of itself. Because basically you get someone else who's actually driving up the mountain, and basically it's not an easy mountain to drive up.
Right.
And basically, you get some, information about the mountain and the history and basically things that happen.
Yeah.
And they actually give you it's either a half hour or an hour of the summit.
Which is pretty good.
It was June, 50 degrees, the summit.
Okay.
And it was not windy.
It's actually
I
not
lucked
bad.
out, yeah.
You've done Whiteface Mountain, haven't you?
Yeah, I've driven up that.
Yeah.
I've not hiked it, but I have driven up that Whiteface. Apparently, it's a basically if you hike up Whiteface of the Adirondack 46, basically all the mountains over 4,000 feet in the Adirondacks.
Yep.
It's the only one. It's the only one where you can buy a beer at the summit. Or they have a shop that's near the summit, basically, because you can drive up there and you can actually buy a beer and have it at the summit.
Yep.
Instead of lugging up a flask of whiskey, what you need to do with the other summits, because space.
Well, they don't exactly have a drive-through up at the summit or Algonquin. A lot of the 46ers save Whiteface for last.
Yeah, probably for that reason, they have that celebratory beer.
That, and also they can invite all their other friends to mark the vacation with them, and they've did all 46. So everybody can just drive up to the top to meet them.
I don't plan on doing the 46. I need to be in better shape to do that. But I have done I'm working on the Adirondack Fire Tower Challenge. It's actually hiking up.
There is a fire tower.
Fire Tower Challenge, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a combination Adirondack and Catskill Fire Tower Challenge. Basically, there's like 30, and you have to hike up 23.
So you got to do 20 to 30.
Yeah, and I've done that. Last year I haven't done it. So
cool. Now, what makes it a challenge?
The challenge is actually hiking up to all the fire towers.
Is it because there's just not that many of them left? They consider them all to be landmarks, and you gotta...
Yeah.
If you've seen most of them, then that's an accomplishment.
Yeah. County, you have Overlook Mountain, which is near Woodstock. And basically hike up some steep trail, but it's not, it's actually pretty well graded and what have you. But it passes by the ruins of an old hotel.
Okay.
So you can actually explore the hotel and then continue on your way up to the fire tower. That's pretty popular. Had expanded the parking lot for it, because there's a lot of people who do that hike. Across the street from the parking lot, there's I believe it's a Buddhist. I want to say Buddhist temple, but it might be like a Buddhist monastery almost. And that's something if you're like, oh, I want to take a hike, that might be one around here. That is probably one around here that I would suggest. Because, actually, not just because of the tower and the great views that you get, but the hotel too. That's unique.
That's a neat landmark, yeah.
Yeah. I hiked up Hunter Mountain. Actually did a loop and it was about 9 miles. If you don't want to hike that much, there's another trail. I think about half the distance. There's another way you can go, which you actually can take a chairlift most of the way up from the mountain.
Oh.
And then you have to hike like the last mile or so each way. And then you can have it. Then when you're done, you can have it geared back to Hunter. So they have restaurants and things like that there. So. Definitely will have to find a place to see foliage tomorrow.
Yeah.
And because it's late, I might have I might have a fighting chance next weekend, depending on where I go. And then after that, I go to Nashville, so
Now you'll be out that way for how long?
10 days.
Okay.
Seeing a lot of I-40.
Yeah.
Which I have a lot of it in North Carolina and Tennessee, but not much for the rest of the world.
Are these two racing each other? What the heck is that? Quit hogging the left lane, punk.
was gonna say that's almost normal. But
Yeah, nowadays.
yeah,
It's probably more New York 209s than US ones at this rate.
but not as normal as a New York 202.
Yeah. Here's the curious case of Interstate 587.
So I'm not terribly sure why they cite it as an interstate, but they do.
Is it unprecedented that a 3-digit interstate isn't even acknowledged on its parent highway? Is this the only case of that?
This might, as far as a signed interstate goes,
Yeah.
this might be it. Oh, there's my car.
So this is all, what, 1.3 miles of interstate?
Yeah. And I think the idea is to not necessarily loop back onto 587, but basically go back to the Perkin Road.
Yeah, well, I don't want to go that way.
You don't have to go that way.
I'm going to loop back onto the interstate, and gosh dang it, you're going to like it. We already went that way. Well, we were driving that way before, right?
So pitching changing, the game changing, I'm not sure you want to, you know, you look at Jacob's taken velocity off his pitching because he saw hitters using it against him. Is that really what you want to build around?
Pretty accurate deal. Use our guest talking Mets baseball. They're on the fans. You gave us your point of view about thinking outside the box. I'll give you a somewhat cynical.
Today was PennDOT Community Day for the US 219 freeway between Somerset and Myersdale, PA.
Really? Is that open now?
Or just finally about to be open. Last year I was down there, it looks like it was supposed to be opened.
Okay. So that is extending what used to be an epically long or epically noticeable stub, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to turn around, but I don't want to keep going all the way down there.
So I told Ray the name of the covered bridge.
Okay.
He's like, cool, except for the throughway in the back. Then he responds, hey, I recognize the photographer in the Wikipedia photo.
Gee, that can't be you, can it?
Probably is, actually, because what I did, I'm not one of the Wikipedia contributors, but I did set, my sharing for some of the photos, so people from Wikipedia could use it.
Okay.
Something I talked with Adam Moss about.
Yeah, Adam contributes a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah. And sure enough, I'm the photographer.
There you go. Get into the parking garage, you gotta go. Get off the interstate, right?
Yep, and we're just behind them anyways.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
That worked out well.
Yep. Alright, I gotta swap this up and the rest of my stuff, and then something else. Okay.
You are with the Mets. Where do you think the relationship will be, and what do you think he tried to get straightened out with the Wilpons prior to accepting this job? Do you think that the Wilpons will be heavy-handed with him because he's a rookie GM, or do you think he made a part of the deal like, if you want me to lead this, as you said, you're making a lot of money, to lead this job that he's really secure and one of the best in the business at what he did, in order to give that up, how much independence do you think he negotiated in this deal?
I think that, going into this, every candidate had questions about autonomy. Obviously, there's a lot of reports about how heavy-handed the Mets are. He has dealt with the Mets for many years on many deals. He has dealt with, he's in some similar social situations with Jeff Wilpon. I think that probably they have presented to him that he will have autonomy. I think that comes with some advisors. I think Fred's, interests are represented by perhaps having Omar Minaya back. I think the thing that we see with the Mets again and again is they start out very enthusiastic and open-minded to new ideas, and then eventually it comes back to, we hear stories about them being involved and, changes that are made because of ownership. We'll have to see. I mean, you can negotiate all you want, but they still own the team.
Right.
They're going to be involved in what they want to be involved in.
And he lives here, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's well aware, not that you have to live here to understand what's going on here, but he'll see the newspapers every day. He's probably well informed of what's happened here over the years, just not because he was necessarily interested in the job, but just because he was living here and was certainly exposed to all the stories that have been written about the involvement of the Wilpons. So at least he's got his eyes open.
He certainly has heard from his players, too. I mean,
He's been involved in the most personal way that you can. He's negotiating contracts with him.
Remember, 3 months ago, he was calling the Mets situation current inertia, so he seems to have his pulse, a finger on the pulse.
No, he's got to change the inertia. All right, last thing, while we have you, we got to ask you one Yankee question. An opinion from you this off-season, because of the way the season finished. 100 wins, won the wild card, but then got bounced in 4 games by the Red Sox in the ALDS. Will the Yankees' changes be, I'll give you a multiple choice here. A, minimal, as in tweaking it best. B, whatever is necessary. Or C, drastic, because the Red Sox did what they did to them.
I think B. I mean, I think there will be a reaction to the Sox. I mean, I think you have to recognize the Red Sox are, a tremendous team. But you should also recognize what they did. They put the ball in play. They weren't reliant on home runs. They're athletic. So I think that you have to make those changes.
Necessary rather than minimal or drastic. Like it. Christy, great stuff. Appreciate you coming on board. Thanks much.
Thank you.
Take care, Christy. Christy Acker, Daily News, talking baseball. Hear this on the fan. Gary Myers, Jordan McDonald will come back, get on the phones. Got a couple minutes calls, a couple chance calls. We'll get to them. 877-337-6666.
All right, guys. Well, we really want to thank you for tuning in today. Sorry about the weather, but hope you enjoyed some of the scenes you got to see along the way. So I think we're going to end this stream right here. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, rest of your day, and be sure to tune in next time on our next live stream. Thanks for watching.